Hi guys, David Jennings here from Melbourne SEO Services, and I'm just here at Fast Web Formula 3 and pulling a few people aside that are in the crowd. There are some real movers and shakers. There are the speakers, but there are also the people who don't necessarily get in front of the audience that you may or may not have heard of. Now, Binh is one of those. Thank you so much for your time, Binh. Actually caught up with Binh in Melbourne and talking a little bit about what he's doing with some of the businesses that he's working with. And I suppose he's kind of working with, medium-sized to even larger-sized companies going in, and it's not just about internet marketing strategies. It's looking at a business holistically and where are the quick wins that move the business to the next level. So just wanted to ask Binh, I know there's 100 different things you can do when working with clients, and it really depends on the client, but what are maybe some recent things that you've been working on with clients that have had, some good wins, might give some people watching some ideas?
Well, there's a lot of different types of clients, like you said. It really depends on where they're at in their business. So there's different stages of business in general. The majority of the businesses are just going to be looking for how to gain new clients and get more leads and convert them to clients. So most of the time we look at lead generation funnels, and that's both online and offline. But recently our online strategy is a lot more effective than offline. So we look at how we can get the customers or get the prospects going to their website, the suspects going to the website and becoming prospects, and being able to capture that their information in order to do some follow-up marketing. However, there are also other companies that are, maybe larger companies that are looking more towards building that brand so that they can win the larger contracts. So I'll give you an example. There's a client that I worked with for the last 3 years now. They're still with me, and we focused a lot on two things, and neither of them were on client generation or lead generation. One was how to build their brand and allow them to become the market leader in their market. So what we did was we revamped their website. We made them look a lot bigger than they really are. And we just really ramped up their SEO. So within that niche, there's a lot of terms, and at the moment there are thousands of terms that are bringing traffic to their website, and it's all related to their industry. And it's allowed other companies from around Australia to basically do a search online and see them everywhere, and they just feel like this company is so big, they're just everywhere, we can't get rid of them. So they just look a lot bigger than they are, and when they go to the website, even at the website, we've redesigned it in a way that these guys are the leaders in the market, and now they are the leaders in the market. So they have become Australia's leading service provider in their industry in Australia. So that's one way we do it, and it's allowed them to win a lot bigger contracts. Also attract a lot of potential JVs or partners from around the nation, and that's allowed them to really grow the business. The other strategy, like I told you, that wasn't lead generation focused, was there were a lot of times when they had a lot of demand but not enough supply. So what they are is they're a service company, a service provider, and they needed more qualified, skilled workers to join their team. And typically they used to use Seek and the newspapers and all this offline medium and even online medium like Seek to attract more skilled employees to their business. But that hasn't worked as well, and what we did was we focused the SEO strategy on recruitment related terms. So whenever people in the skilled industry in any area that they needed work for, they do a search online, and we'll be like on top of Seek. We'll be on top
like
of
looking
everyone.
for jobs for blah, blah, or in such and such an industry.
That's right. And we were just everywhere. We dominated that, and that's that client there. He said for the first time in 7 years, he's not actively looking for people anymore, because we've just been able to attract the quality workers to his company wanting to work for him. And the website alone, we had a career section, and we basically got everyone that's working for him. There was like over 100 people to leave video testimonials on their experiences with working with the company.
Yeah.
So that created like a company values, a company environment that really attracted people to want to work with them.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we provided like a USP for hiring for people working with us. So it's not just a USP to sell to the market, but also a USP to sell to the people that want to work with us. And that made a really big difference for that large company.
So it's almost like for any business at any point in time, there's one or two things that might be holding you back from moving through the next level. And sometimes when you're in the thick of it, you don't necessarily know what that is. And once you identify what that is and eliminate it through strategies like Binh was talking about, particularly, we've got a client as well. He's in sort of like aged care sort of thing, aging population. That's his industry. I won't sort of call out the industry, but they're looking for healthcare professionals. This is the one that we chatted. Exactly, that was his problem. And a lot of people try and think about, how do I ramp up the website to, get more leads? Maybe they put the autoresponder on, but that might not be the thing that's holding them back.
That's right.
So how do you find, I suppose in the last thing then, how does someone find what that is? What is the thing that they should be working on next? Or how do you help do that for clients?
That a lot of that involves the initial consultation that you have with the client. So you need to identify when you sit down and talk to the client, you need to identify all their strong points and then at the same time all their weak points. Because if you can find the leverage points in a business that you can implement immediately to get a very quick return,
quick win,
that's where we want to focus on first. And sometimes agreed. A lot of clients come to us saying that they want more leads and more clients, and that's a common reply that we get. But it's not always leads and clients. Sometimes it's something else. And in this case, it was more about how can we win the larger contracts? How can we get attract more quality workers to our company so we can grow? And once we got that out of the way, we would identify the next bottleneck. And once we identify the next bottleneck, we work on that. So we focus on what is required now, what is required first, what we can do immediately to get a very almost like an instant result for the client, rather than having to wait like 2 years, 3 years down the track to see any sort of significant results.
So I think for someone who's watching this right now, start to think about in your business, what are those bottlenecks, and try and think outside of the normal response. Is it just leads? And really think about your business and where is the constraint. It's a great question to be asking yourself, what's holding your business back? And we might wrap it up there, but if people want to find out a little bit more about what you do, what's the best place for them to find out?
So I run basically an online agency in Adelaide, and you can find out more about us at www.marketees.com.au. So we're Quick Marketees. Business promotions. Check it out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, David.
Thanks. See you guys.
See you.